And I am going to go ahead and light the candle that has 2 wicks, maybe. There we go. The first wick represents spirit, the all that is, God, the creator. The second wick represents us as community. And whenever we gather together, we shine a greater light. And you can't see that because of my little avatar thing or the background, but that's okay. All right. So, John, you want to lead us in a song?
All righty. Joy is wonderful. It doesn't seem to be all. Oh, I know why, because you guys are in my way. Joy in the morning, joy in the afternoon, joy in the evening, joy again soon. When we are happy, joy is how. Joy is wonderful. Joy is now. Joy in our homes. Joy in our work. Joy in relationships. Joy at our birth. When we are happy, joy is how. Joy is wonderful. Joy is now. Joy in accomplishment, joy in getting done, joy in doing well, joy in having fun. When we are happy, joy is how. Joy is wonderful. Joy is how. Joy is now.
Oh, thank you, John. That's wonderful. And I see Carol Ann has joined us. Hello, Carol Ann. And just so you know, Diana and Sean were married on the 13th.
Congratulations.
So which was great. We've missed them anyways, but you know, that's fantastic. Okay, so John is going to be our speaker today, or you're going to lead a discussion. Well, I'm not sure exactly what you're going to do. You were debating you and I wrote the meeting, what exactly, but he's going to lead it either way, whatever it is. And the next week I'll be the speaker, and the following week after that is Carol Ann. And Tim, I do apologize. I missed your thing that you had this last week. Is it a way for me to find it again, to see it, or
yeah, it'll be on their YouTube channel probably by next probably by next week. So
okay. Yeah, I realized like the next night that I had missed it. You know, I was like looking for it, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, it was supposed to be Tuesday, not Wednesday. So I was like, oh gosh, sorry about that. Okay, so anyways, So we do need to maybe afterwards talk about what we want to do for November. Oh my gosh, is it really November coming up? So, all right. So, John, I am going to let you go ahead and do the music. Michael's going to do the meditation, and we'll go from there.
All right. We are living love awareness, living beauty, love and peace, knowing, loving in the heart is the way of release. Hearing music, feeling it ringing, life is flowing up and down, letting go, being free, feeling radiance all around. Here we are together, being, sharing, breathing, thoughts and sound, healing in the harmony with a smile from toe to crown. Hearing music, feeling it ringing, life is flowing up and down, letting go, being free, feeling radiance all around.
Okay, so let's take a deep breath in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. This last breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, just go into your heart. Allow yourself to feel that love, that universal love. Know deeply that you are loved and that you are love itself. As you breathe deeply, just allow yourselves to become still. Just breathing naturally, easily. So recognize with me that there's only one presence, one power, one life, one activity. And that presence is God, it is good. And that there is no separation. An Indian guru was once asked, was asked whether or not we should love one another. And he replied back, there is no other. We are all one. In this one life, this one activity, this one presence and power. And we are each individualized expressions of that one. Just feel that, know that. We are individualized expressions of that one. We can say is the words from the burning bush, I am that I am. We feel that I am present in us as is through us. We are the expression of the infinite. So as I read the words from Ernest Holmes today from Science of Mind 365, let its words be your words today. I am rich with the richness of God. I am rich with the richness of God. Say that with me silently. I am rich with the richness of God. I am rich with the richness of God. I am rich with the richness of God. Dr. Holmes's commentary says, the divine will never fail me so long as I have implicit faith in it. If I feel myself getting caught in doubt or fear, I take the time to reaffirm my union with the great outflowing givingness of all of life. I take the time for prayer and meditation. And in this way, I'm always receptive to the gift of abundance that God has already made. So know with me that today I accept the gift of God's abundance. Today I accept the gift of God's abundance. So everything that I am and that I have is increased by it. I identify everything I do with success. I think affirmatively. And in all of my prayers, I accept abundance. Whatever I need, whenever I need it, wherever I need it, for as long as I need it, will always be at hand. I no longer see negation or delay or stagnation in my endeavors. This action of the living spirit makes everything I do prosper, increasing every good that I possess, and brings success to me and everyone else that I meet. So everything I think and do is animated by the divine presence, is sustained by the infinite power, and it's multiplied by the divine goodness. The world is mine and the fullness thereof, quoting scripture. And today I expect more abundant life. And I keep my thoughts open to new experiences and opportunities for greater expression. And as I share and give of myself to life, the one life pours its bounty upon me. And as life finds a fuller outlet through me, I discover a betterment in everything that I do, and a higher realization of the richness that is God. And as I continue Dr. Holmes's thought today, that I know that my birthright is abundant. And that I, again, being that expression of the one life expressing in my world, I just now echo Dr. Holmes's thought today. that we are abundant, that I am abundant and prosperous. And I just now know that, again, that infinite substance is constantly taking the form and shape of whatever is my dominant consciousness. So I just now know, again, that there is plenty. There is plenty, there is plenty, there's plenty. And I just now decree and declare that the infinite flows as and in and through me now to create truly heaven on earth through me. So I bless our gathering today. I bless the time of year being autumn. I bless the change that's happening in nature, and knowing that there's only good. There's only good. And with the change, that I can flow with that and know that the change itself is good and supports me in every way. So I just bless everyone on our morning service today. I just now know and just speak the word today for Diana and Sean. Just know again that their marriage is blessed, that their love is blessed, and together that they make a huge difference in the world together. And so knowing that the abundance of good, the abundance of God, I claim it for each and every one of us. For I just now know that we are abundant, we are prosperous, and that all that the Father hath is ours. So I just give great thanks for John being here today, for Hannah doing our all of our audio visual and our streaming. I give great thanks for Diana and for each and every person here, because we are here by divine appointment to experience Spirit as us. So for all of this, I just give great thanks as I release this word into the creative law, knowing it's already a done deal, and accepting the good in our lives and more good. So it is.
We are living love awareness, living beauty, love and peace, knowing love in the heart is the way of true release.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, John. And please take a moment to open up your screen, and let's just look in each other's eyes and try to see the magnificent, beautiful person inside, the beautiful spirit that's within. So, all right. Well, it's great to see Sean and Diana again. I missed you guys. And Kim, it's good to see you, and Hannah and John, and we'll just imagine Michael and Carol Ann. So, all right. So, John, I'm going to turn this over to you.
All right.
So, I'll let you do your thing here. So,
all right. Well, I thought it would be important to talk a little more about betterment and healing. We talked about healing a little in the recent months when I was talking, but there's a lot of healing that needs to be done. So we need to learn more about it, I guess. So I have this also this idea called betterment, about positive learning, wisdom, and better mind. We're talking about the science of mind. It's awareness and service for good. I have first a quote from Nikola Tesla I've shared with in the past, but he talked about the frequencies. He said that alpha waves in the human brain are between 6 and 8 hertz. The wave frequency of the human cavity resonates between 6 and 8 hertz. All biological systems operate in the same frequency range. The human brain's alpha waves function in this range, and the electrical resonance of the earth is between 6 and 8 hertz. Thus, our entire biological system, the brain and the earth itself, work on the same frequencies. If we can control that resonate system electronically, we can directly control the entire mental system of humankind. Well, you might think that that idea would be beneficial to help people with negative approach, criminals and so on, to be improved by this mental control system. But unfortunately, there are bad guys in the world at the top that want to use it for negative as well. So we sometimes refer to the negative because it's there. They're part of us. They're part of our world. And all the more important for us to improve our betterment processes to lift them up, because they try to control resources, technologies, institutions, and the population. And they've used the electrical system, radio, TV, cell phones, Wi-Fi, smart meters, also poisons, metals, nanotechnology, the giant mast towers you see all around the town and out in the countryside for these electrical transmissions and so on, which affect the nanotechnology that they've sprayed on us and put in our food and water and medicines and so on. And they also use psychological operations like fear and deception and illusion, corruption, and war, as we're seeing now. Again, another element of war lifting its ugly head. So we need to really focus on gathering that negativity and turning it much more positive and lifting up the world. Here's a quote from Ernest Holmes. "The only proof of life we have is that we live. And the only proof we have of mind is that we can think. So we are perfectly justified in believing that we have a mind and that we live." Well, that's very similar to cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am, the famous statement by the French philosopher René Descartes, who was also a mathematician. But I want to talk about our basic tools of perception. In our experience of consciousness, we have a sense of our physical, our senses, such as sight and sound and taste and smell and touch, but also processes that our body goes through, like breath, heartbeat, our digestion, elimination, the immune system, the alerts we get from touching something hot or sharp, or pain, which is, or other symptoms which tell us something's wrong. These are our physical experience. And we also have the psyche, the mind, the mental and psychological structure that you think you are anyway, which involves different elements. And we've talked about them: the ego, the organizational and interactive functions that are evoked by society, our socialized front person for identity and pursuing primitive drives as well. It's an agent of thought, of action, and of consciousness. And it's also the subject of our sensing and feeling. Then we also have self-awareness, our self, the mind, our thoughts, our memory, our sense of responsibility, our inner nature, and even our soul connection. And we have intuition, the inner knowing, the creative expression, imagination, and our ability to visualize, utilize visualization in our planning and our thinking for the future. And our will, which is our intention, our motivation, our ability to take action, get things done. And beyond all that is the soul, It's our record of our life experience. It's attuned to our DNA pattern. When we come in, we bring soul energy that has an influence on the people we choose to be our parents and the formation of our DNA. And it is our connection to our mental and physical through this DNA, which is a frequency. It's like an antenna inside each cell. And then the real self, beyond all of that, the real individual awareness, our higher self, so to speak. So all of that is part of our makeup. And through it all, we experience consciousness, about 10% of our thinking processes, which are ego emphasized and categorize things and compartmentalize things. That's the conscious part of our mental activity. And then there's the unconscious part, which they say is up to 90% of our thought processes and our psyche activity, which is often dramatized or reflected in and utilized and manipulated in our dreams and in our interest in stories and movies and collective mindset and so forth. And then there's the higher consciousness, which is just a tiny fraction of 1% of the attention we give in our conscious life. But we can improve that. We can spend more time in meditation and contemplation of higher things, but it involves our intuition, our telepathy, even remote viewing that we can discover through meditation and opening up our hidden powers that we have in our mind and our brain and our pineal gland. And then there's the collective consciousness, the collection of all of the consciousness in the world or even in the universe, and the collective unconscious, which also is universal. And all these things are at play in our experience of life on this planet and perhaps in other dimensions. But we need to learn more about it and devote more of our attention to it, as we are intending to do in the science of mind. Well, a large part of what we need for this process is freedom. Freedom from deception, from manipulation, from bad guys that might want to control us. We need to expand our awareness. We need to do research to learn more and more about how the world works, how our mind and our bodies work, contemplation of it all, making plans for improvement and taking action to make things better. And in that, we need to work together. We need cooperation, helping each other, working together, restoration of our own lives from any trouble we may have had or health issues and so on, and restoration of the planet. All the destruction and manipulation that's gone on needs restoration and healing. And this can be and will be a coordinated operation, which is really the meaning of cooperation. It's coordinating ourselves together to operate and make progress in improving things. So a large part of this is involved in what we call holistic healing, which occurs with improvements in natural health, in perception, in thought processes, sharing with each other, cooperative projects, and spiritual attunement, all part of this holistic healing process. Progress in these areas may develop with our attention to a natural health lifestyle and what I call holistic education. And you may know I have a number of holistic learning modules, I call them. You can free to read and follow at yeswise.com. There's also frequencies involved. Again, we're living in a world of frequencies, and you may recall that I mentioned before, I had met Dr. Len Horowitz. He's a pretty well-known author and a public health PhD, but he has done a lot of research on frequencies. He researched the musical scale, like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and so on. And but he finds that, and there are many instances of this you can find on the internet, that the ideal frequency for healing is what you might call the heart pulse of the universe, is 528 hertz. It's associated with the note mi in the basic scale, but there are other frequencies that do not harmonize well with it that cause dissonance, especially the 741 frequency that can be a little disturbing. But there's frequencies all throughout the universe. They talk about 9 total tones in the creation process, forming 9 different dimensions of reality and experience. In music, if we tune the A note to the frequency 444, we get the correct frequency. Some involved in about 100 years ago or so, the Rockefellers and others got all the musicians to change their tuning frequency, I believe, to maybe a little bit off of that, 432 or something that isn't quite on the mark that our music is as beneficial as it could be to us when we play it. But that is all something that could become resolved. But we're living in this sea of frequencies, and the more that we bathe ourselves in beneficial frequencies and high spiritual attention, the more healthy and more wise we're going to be. Well, here's another quote. Now that I want to talk about goodness, which I call creative loving awareness, the reality that is the creative expression in our universe. And this is a quote from Ernest Holmes. God is spirit or self-knowingness. God is law and action. And God is result or body. This is the inner meaning of the teaching of the Trinity. But let us elaborate. God, as self-knowing spirit, means the divine being whom we have always thought of and believed in, the being to whom we have prayed and whom we have adored. God as law means the way in which the Spirit works, and law in this sense would be the servant of the Spirit. And God as the body means the manifestation of the Spirit into physical reality and all that we see and feel around us. Well, real God is goodness, creative, loving awareness, the source of all reality, the guiding principle of creation, healing, transformation, advancement, love, kindness, peace, joy, and enlightenment. Many of the things that we talk about quite frequently in our work. From this creative awareness arises consciousness, perception, thinking, experience, expression, manifestation, and everything that happens. So even what we consider negative, evil, bad, whatever, is part of this creative process for our educational purposes. We need to learn the full gamut of what is possible in reality and learn from it, and it hopefully causes a motivation to work on betterment. So what is betterment? Well, with knowledge and experience, meditation, contemplation, holistic brainstorming, and the creative awareness in which all of that occurs, greatly beneficial ideas can develop. Exchanging these ideas with others in a mutual attitude of respect, kindness, and cooperation can generate effective plans and actions. We need to develop strong community relationships, working cooperatively together in small groups, growing in shared awareness for planning and accomplishing projects, and also for developing mutual support to learn and plan, act for making it all better. The essence of creative loving awareness is betterment, expansion of consciousness, appreciation of goodness, and the fulfillment of love. I want to share with you now the lyrics from the song I've performed for you a couple times, recently written this in the last year here, called We're in This Together, and see what some of these themes, how they appear in this song. The lyrics go like this: we're in this together, searching for the norm, through all kinds of weather, waiting out the storm. There's a need for understanding, some healing needing done, for good cooperation that's good for everyone. We're in this together, finding where we stand, learning, growing, healing, helping as we can. There's a need for understanding, some research needing done, for better restoration that's good for everyone. Maybe you've been missing what's really going on. More clarity is coming with the morning dawn. We're in this together, no matter what one thinks, making our world better, working out the kinks. There's a need for understanding, some planning needing done, for working well together. That's good for everyone. There you have it, the idea of betterment. So let's find out what you think about it.
I think it's wonderful that we have that opportunity for betterment every day, every moment. With the just by the meditation, or just by choosing a different way. If we're not happy with it, what it is, try a different one. Try a different option as to what you could do. You don't like it, change it. And I got to be a big preaching about a lot of that myself, because I am working on changing a lot. I was forced into change, but that's okay. It's all right. Also, 528 hertz is the one for the heartbeat, basically.
Yeah, it's the universal frequency of love, and you can find meditative frequencies online, that play kind of that center around that frequency in a meditative track. You can play while meditating. You probably find it on your phone even.
Okay.
That.
Sounds great. Okay, well, it looks like Michael has something to say, so I'm going to turn it to him.
Yeah, and I think again, John, thank you. I think getting back to the whole idea of the collective consciousness, either we can buy into it or we can transcend that. And that it does not have to be, we don't have to buy into what is going on. The scriptures say that, be ye in the world, but not of it. So there is a transcendence. And 528, again, and Diana taught me this, Diana Hawk taught me this a few years ago about spirituality through YouTube. All kinds of meditations on YouTube around 528, 528 hertz. And I think that, again, as we focus on, love, that what happens is when we focus on the divine qualities, what happens is that we embody those. So I think that, and John also mentioned, the whole idea of us, again, cooperating and being together in community. And I think that, being cooperative with each other. And again, that is the best kept secret out there in the spiritual world, is, again, of having loving community that you gather with on a regular basis, that supports and loves you unconditionally. And it really, gosh, I mean, it's just my involvement with our group here over the years, as it ebbed and flowed and did all the things that it has done over the years, is that really, for me, has kept me grounded. And that I've learned a lot of things from each and every one of you. So that is, I think that's the secret, is healthy community, is being around people that, again, that love you and support you no matter what. So, but thank you, John. Thank you for that. And 528, you can find meditations on that very easily online. Thank you.
All right. Tim, did you have because you've opened up your thing, so I wasn't sure if you had a question or a comment. No? Okay. Anna, anybody? All right. Okay, well, John, you want to go ahead and do a song then?
Sure.
Thank you.
Well, this is a song that started in, I believe, 1977, and it went through some permutations. It was originally called Grandma's Song. It was started out with when I was a child of 3, I sat up on my grandma's knee, but over the years I've tried to make it more universal and modified it. I keep working on my songs. My songwriting process is ongoing. Other people like to write a song and they're done with it, but this one had many changes over the years. But it's just called Stories, and it's kind of an introduction to story songs that I've also written, that many of which you've heard, and I've had a collection of them for an album. I actually recorded a cassette tape back in the 70s, I think it was, with these story songs. But even those songs have changed over the years. But anyway, this is called Stories. It's kind of a little child, when you could listen for a while, you may have heard some stories of people's ways of fear and love. Happy stories, some with tears, stories learned all through the years, stories old and stories new, some that may be told by you. Living, growing, and again in a way you are as you were then. Recall the stories folks would tell, perhaps one just might ring a bell. Do you recall the stories told, or insights gained like coins of gold? Do you wonder what some of them mean? A story can be like a dream. Living, growing, and again in a way you are as you were then. Recall the stories folks would tell, perhaps one just might ring a bell. Learn your stories, know them well, for the young ones you may tell. They will grow up through your door, and you'll be wiser 10 times more. Living, growing, and again in a way you are as you were then.
Well, thank you, John. That's wonderful. I appreciate that. Okay, so it is that time in our service where we take a moment to the opportunity to give. So there are several ways you can give. You can go to Zelle and go to sscofakron@gmail.com. That's sscofakron@gmail.com. And you can give that way, or you can send a check. Just make sure it's made out. It says at least Summit on it. Ideally, Summit Center would be perfect, but at least should say Summit on there. And you can send that to 1199 Lexington Avenue, Akron, Ohio 44310. Okay, so let's just symbolically, or at least, or take our gifts and place it in our hands, right top over left, and just know that all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive is blessed in a very special way, and that it goes to the work of Summit Spiritual Center, or Summit Center for Spiritual Living, and that it is returned back to the giver 10 times or more as well. And for the truth that sets us free and for the betterment of the world. Amen. Okay. So, John, good, more good, please.
Good, more good is mine, and ever increasing good is mine. Unlimited, infinite good is mine. Wherever I go, I see good. Whatever I do, I feel oh so good. I'm worthy and entitled to good and more good. It crowds itself upon us, wraps itself around us. We give ourselves permission to accept more good, express more good. More good is ours, and ever increasing good is ours. Thank you, Spirit, and so it is.
Okay, announcements.
YesWise.com. I'm working on rolling out my Grandpa John show.
Grandpa John.
But not quite ready yet. It's just gonna be a 1 day a week thing.
Grandpa John.
No, how about Elder John?
Whoa.
Wise Elder John. Yeah. Anyhow, ntmedia.org, again, that's where I'm at most of the week. So great shows. Again, the Miracle of Prosperity is a great show. Tonight we're going to be Jim will be talking about how to heal your inner child for prosperity. And again, a lot of the things that we talk about are new thoughts, especially we the new thought I was brought up on, we were told to go ahead and to ignore our emotions and, just go ahead and let them go. But Jim has a great show. So, and then next Sunday, I won't be here. I'll be in the air. I'll be going to Springfield, Missouri for Theology Beer Camp. So that's where I've now. If someone from home office talks to you, it's a theology conference. So it's the Midwest Theology Conference. It's
where
not
you
theology.
Evaluate different craft beers, right?
That's right. Well, you got we're doing a Martin Luther. It's said that Luther was crocked most of the time. That he gave seriously, they because again the water back then wasn't that great, so they would have one of the ways that they would go ahead and purify the water is make it into beer. So it should be fun.
They say he wrote his theses that he tacked on the cathedral door on the toilet. Spend a lot of,
Well,
spend a lot of time on the toilet.
that's interesting information. All right. So again, so if I'm not here, I did talk to Kyle. He's out of town, so I people that who are usually here on a regular basis and I don't see, I usually give them a phone call. So so again, it's out of love. It's not out of trying to find you or anything. It's just that, if we don't see you, then it's we want to reach out and love you. So all right, I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, Tim.
No, I was just going to say, it sounds like it'll just be me and the gals next week then.
Yeah.
Unless
yeah,
Kyle
actually.
shows.
Right, unless Kyle shows you, right? So,
Appreciate it.
well, Jane, maybe, well, no, I'm sure that Sean and Diana are going to be in Brazil, so I doubt if they're going to be here next week. Okay, so, but yeah, it will just be us, but that's okay. And then the following week, Michael's also going to be gone too. You're going to be gone 2 weeks in a row because you're doing a talk.
Oh yeah, so I was asked to do a talk for Jim Webb's church in around in Silver Springs, Maryland. So I'll be doing a talk online for them. So
Okay, all right. Well, anyway, so that is pretty much what is going on, and let's take a moment of silence, and I am going to try to turn off my sound for disabled. It's on. Okay. All right. I'm going to ring our bell and just take this time to bring into mind, into your thoughts and your prayers, anybody who may need some healing, whether it's yourself, your family, your friends, your coworkers, or the world. And just know that the best and highest good is happening right here, right now. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
We are the people of love. We are the people of love. Sing out, people, sing out love. We are the people of love. We are the people of peace. We are the people of peace. Sing out, people, sing out peace. We are the people of peace. We are the people of joy. We are the people of joy. Sing out, people, sing out joy. We are the people of joy. We are the people of love. We are the people of love. Sing out, people, sing out love. We are the people of love. We are the people of love.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So that ends our services. Hannah, you can stop the Facebook feed.